Coming up on First at 4, one food project receives more than $20,000 to make sure one Eastern Kentucky elementary school gets a Thanksgiving meal. Plus, with Nancy Pelosi announcing she's stepping away from a leadership role in Congress, the 82-year-old political veteran begins the next chapter in a career that has blazed a decades-long trail.
Plus, headed out to Region action tonight. Well, take the hot hands and the fur coat. Details on a cold Friday night ahead as Mountain News First at 4 starts now.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Keaton Hall. The East Kentucky Dream Center held its 4th annual Thanksgiving dinner earlier today. From 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., folks who were in need of a hot meal came out to grab a plate for themselves and others, many of whom were affected by flooding in late July. Thanksgiving Day will make exactly 4 months since the historic floods, and Dream Center Director Rachel Campbell Dotson says this is the largest Thanksgiving meal they've ever had due to those still in the rebuilding process across the region.
There's still so many people living in campers, living in tents. They're struggling. They're struggling financially. You know, if they're having to rebuild, they don't have extra money for a large turkey. And so that's where us and other food pantries and other organizations, we like to step in and say, let us take the worry off of you.
Campbell Dotson added that from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., the Dream Center had already served more than 800 meals and were expected to hit more than 2,000 meals served by 2 p.m. We'll have more from the East Kentucky Dream Center tonight at 6. The Hazel Green Food Project has teamed up with the Save the Children and God's Pantry to make sure every child at Red River Elementary School has a Thanksgiving dinner. Hazel Green Food Project President Nikki Stacy says the donations they have received from Save the Children and God's Pantry have helped them provide a complete Thanksgiving dinner for those families.
They're going home with a box load of food. I mean, it's nothing little. It's a turkey, a 14, 15-pound turkey, and a pie and rolls and all the sides to go with it. I mean, that's a really good dinner.
She says the families have expressed how much of a burden this is taking off of them this holiday season.
Well, the pressure is high and the temperature is oh so low. A chilly Friday afternoon in progress all throughout the mountains. The lingering clouds haven't helped at all, but we are seeing a little bit of clearing as we finish off our Friday afternoon. A look outside right now from several of our areas. London breaking out at least close to full sunshine. At least blue skies are back. Same thing in Hazard. We're starting to see a breakup of some of those clouds out there. And same thing in Pikeville, where the clouds are a little thicker. 34 Hazard, Pikeville, and 37 in London. Those winds, they're a little breezy out there, up to about 10 miles per hour, if not just a little bit more than that. But it is a cold day. 34 Hazard, Prestonsburg, Pikeville, 32 in Jackson. That even beats Wise out for the cool spot. The sun has been out a little longer in far southern Kentucky and into the far southern parts of our viewing area. It's 46 Jacksboro, 42 Middlesboro. But with those breezes out there, it feels like 25 in Wise, 26 Moorhead, Jackson, Hazard, and 27 into Irving. You see, we had a few flurries through the region earlier today. Those have since moved on out. I can't rule out another flurry or two, but as we head through the evening hours, it's only getting colder from here. 38 at 5, 30 at 9, and we're back into the mid-20s overnight. So if you're headed out to Region High School football, yes, take the coat. You're definitely going to need the fluffy coat out there tonight. I'll have the details, though, on when we could see a rebound in the temperatures as we head towards Turkey Day. That's in a few minutes. Keaton?
Big coat indeed. Thanks, Evan. Well, they say age is just a number, but more and more it's becoming a factor voters have to consider when picking a candidate. WYMT Washington Bureau reporter Molly Martinez takes a look at the complicated relationship between age and politics.
President Joe Biden celebrating his 80th birthday this week, making him the oldest president to occupy the White House. And both sides of the aisle are asking the question, does one's age affect their ability to govern?
When the Founding Fathers inked the Declaration of Independence in 1776, the average life expectancy for an American was 35. Now, according to the CDC, that number is closer to 77. On Capitol Hill, age is a touchy subject. Rutgers University professor Dr. Richard Lau, who specializes in gerontology, explains.
The ability of the brain to make connections declines.
Right now, the oldest sitting senators are Dianne Feinstein and Chuck Grassley, who are both 89. Grassley just won another 6-year term as senator. At the end of it, he'll be 95. Both he and Feinstein have already filed paperwork to run again. The reluctance to relinquish power doesn't go unnoticed.
There's a certain stage in life where I just think it's time to hand the baton to the next generation.
82-year-old House Speaker Nancy Pelosi announced this week she's doing just that, stepping down from her leadership role.
For me, the hour's come for a new generation to lead the Democratic caucus that I so deeply respect.
Pelosi's move might prove to be the exception, not the rule. While there is a minimum age to hold public office, Dr. Lau explains it's unlikely we'll see a maximum anytime soon.
I mean, let's face it, in practical terms, we're not going to get a bunch of old senators and congressmen to say you can't be an old senator and congressman.
Before Joe Biden, the record holder for oldest sitting president was Ronald Reagan, who was 77 years old when he left office. At the White House, I'm Molly Martinez.
The oldest senator to hold office was Strom Thurmond of South Carolina, who died in office at age 100. Republicans now have enough congressional election wins to gain control of the House of Representatives next year. They followed up a call on Wednesday evening, securing the House majority next year with a news conference yesterday morning. House Oversight Committee Republicans promised they would investigate President Biden's son Hunter and his overseas business dealings and how they may tie to the president. Kentucky Congressman James Comer was asked why they made the investigation the first visible order of business.
I know some of the media said, well, this is what the Republicans, their whole sole focus is. This is the focus of the Oversight Committee.
Republicans are on track to secure a 9-seat House majority. House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy is the favorite to become the next Speaker of the House, but will need to secure support from at least 218 members by early January's full House vote. Coming up on First at 4, winter has come early for those in western New York as lake effect snow hits that area hard.
Well, for us, it's not the snow, but it is chilly. We're keeping it chilly right on through the weekend, but we could be looking at improvement by Thanksgiving week. The latest is ahead.